Hey guys, welcome back to a special edition of Konversation with me, Rick,
And me, Nain.
and our good friend who you've already seen before.
If you watch the show.
If you watch the show, this is Fernando Solis. Now, the reason why we have Fernando here today is he's got something that he's working up on, because as you all know, we train out of a gym over in South San Francisco called Physique Magnifique. What's the address?
I don't know it.
387.
387 Grand Avenue in South San Francisco.
I did that on purpose because I knew he wasn't going to know.
I admitted
he
it.
never gets there. So tell us, Fernando's, what are you peddling?
We're pushing our
Chanclas?
boxing
No.
tech boxing program.
Boxing tech.
Boxing tech. It's funny, right down the street from Science Tech or whatever, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the thing down the street.
Yeah, that thing right down the street.
Oh, yeah. That was weird. Wasn't that a kid's little...
Yeah.
Never mind.
There's a
We're not
bunch.
talking about it.
There's a bunch of scientists down there.
Okay.
So what's happened really is I've been training. If those of you who don't know, in the South San Francisco area, we have a huge biotech clientele. So a lot of these people have money. They've been doing personal training, having conversations with these scientists. You have these conversations, these training sessions, where they'll say, "Hey, you take a very scientific approach to this."
Right.
Me,
That's why we like you.
right?
Yeah.
Somebody who didn't even graduate high school is having conversations with these scientists.
Right,
An
that's great.
uneducated person having a conversation with a scientist,
Right.
and getting the different points of view. I'll say something totally for the regular person, and then they'll come at me with some scientific term, and I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Oh, that's what you're doing.
You know,
How crazy is that?
right?
kinda
So I like to feel that I have this intuition.
Yeah.
I have this intuition. I could see something. I go, "Oh, I could see what they're doing."
Right.
Whether it's a baseball swing, a tennis swing, what you guys do, I
Yeah.
could go, "Oh, wow, there's holes. There's whatever it may be," and I have a feeling that it has to do with principles.
Right.
If you stick to the underlying principles, you can communicate from a scientist who's never done a sport in their life,
Right.
and you could communicate with somebody who's fought
That's true.
through movement,
Right.
right? So it's the language of movement.
Which is universal.
It's universal.
Yeah,
It
because the
knows-
body can only do certain
right.
things.
It knows, yeah, it goes this way, and this way.
That's about it.
That's all it really could do in a basic way.
Yeah.
So as I started having these conversations with scientists, and especially during the pandemic, right?
Oh, a lot of
Right.
time.
That's all we did with that conversations.
During the pandemic, we've learned to be more resourceful.
Right.
We've learned to get rid of a lot of shit,
Oh, yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
right? Things that we don't need.
Oh, you're at home all this time and you realize, when did I get this much crap?
You bought this band or these
Yeah.
straps and this new technology.
Yeah.
That was all built upon the principles.
Right.
So, I'm one of those people that get rid of it. If I don't need it, get rid of it.
Right.
Get rid of it. So I went back to a towel.
Well, hold on, before you go on, because that's interesting that you're saying, here it is, somebody creates all these gadgets that you can use to help enhance your skills.
New.
Yeah, new and enhance it, and to improve your abilities, blah blah blah.
Right.
But you, an uneducated man,
Really, you have to put
looks
that
at this and says, "It's useless. I can't do anything with this. Get rid of it." Why? That's crazy.
But this is also coming from a guy who doesn't use a remote control.
Okay.
All right? It's not, I hardly watch TV.
All right.
But the reason I don't use a remote control, it's too easy. I don't use a microwave because it's too easy. Get your ass up, cook your food. And that's just me. I don't tell everybody to do this.
No, I get it. Yeah.
But if you don't have time to cook, make time.
Right.
If you don't have time to get off your ass and go change the, well, now you have all these voice things, right? But anything that makes things easy, in the end, makes it hard.
Yeah.
It takes you away from the principle.
I get what you're saying, because I've always said this to people, and this is going to help you a lot too, in that computers and technology have made people stupid. Agree? Right?
Yes.
Because I no longer have to remember a phone number. I don't have to do math in my head.
Addresses?
I don't need to do any of that stuff, because I have a gadget that will give me everything I need.
And when you, if you ever go to jail and you need to remember one phone number,
Yeah, you have no clue.
will you remember that one number?
My mom's.
And she goes, a good riddance, and hang up on you.
You deserve to be there. Crap.
But no, you're absolutely right.
You know, but seeing all these things, right, and seeing all these fads, and seeing all these boot camps, get fit in 6 weeks, get fit in, it's bullshit.
Yeah, it seems
It's
unrealistic.
bullshit. It's a manipulation of people, of somebody who knows somebody manipulating somebody who doesn't know anything, and that pisses me off.
Because they want that immediate gratification.
Right. You get this watered down version. You know, it's like, oh, I love Chipotle burritos. Take your ass to a taqueria and have a real burrito.
Right.
Roach coach.
You know what I mean? From that good stuff. That'll
Like
get
an
that
actual
flush out
Mexican
that you know? But
Yeah, whenever I want an enema, I go for a taco or something.
Really?
you know,
Wow.
Is
you
that what
know?
you're saying? I mean, that's what I'm hearing.
No, he's talking about raw
Get the
ingredients.
raw
Oh, okay, because
ingredients.
what you're saying, you're flushing out. Like, wait a minute. Okay, now I'm enlightened. Thank
Raw
you.
ingredient. Because it happens. It does. I have friends, you know, that lighter complexion. When they come over to eat food that I've made or my family has made, it's a little tougher on the stomach because it's all natural things. My mom, you know, chopped everything up, roasted everything, blended it, and that's just a salsa. Then she's cooking everything else along
right.
with it. You know, or it's raw, and then
Right.
and people get like, "Oh, it was great," but you know, I got the bubble guts afterwards. This is because your body isn't used to it.
To real food.
To real
Yeah.
food.
You know, and this is totally off subject. I come from Michoacan, where Dia de los Muertos was invented.
Day of the Dead, folks.
Day of the Dead.
They watch
We have
Coco. They
some
know.
Asian people.
Okay, yeah, have you seen Coco? So the Day of the Dead, we prepare food for the spirits that have passed. And if you are in a bad mood, you are not allowed to cook.
Wow.
Because those feelings will go into the
Right,
food.
into the food, right.
And then the spirits will not come to the food. You're supposed to come
Which
with
sours
half-
the offering, yeah.
Right. So when you make things out of love, and I guess this brings us back to the program the pitch that I'm doing.
Yeah.
If you set something up that you love and you put your ingredients and you put your time into it,
Wow, this
and
is
you
such a
got
beautiful segue. I love
rid
this.
of the bullshit,
Right.
you have what we call boxing tech, right? So I see, right? That was good. That was a good setup.
Good.
That was a good setup.
I have to
Damn.
write that down somewhere.
Damn.
I got chills. Look, goosies.
So it this program that we're offering, we're selling, we're offering to the public, is today's version of the principles. Back in the day, we had 2 or 3 hours to work out. That's unheard of nowadays.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got to go to work, you got to go to baseball, you got to go to bat, whatever you do. You don't have time. So how do you go about getting all this information into 6 weeks? So this is where I was like, okay, cool. So I'm going to get away from the boot camps, right? How about we do a boxing tech where we just really speak about the principles of boxing? I mean, what are the principles of boxing?
That was my next question.
Number one, you have to have posture.
Okay.
Posture, integrity of a building. I think about a building. If buildings have bad angles, they're gonna crumble.
San Francisco.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? If somebody's smart enough to build a building on sand, the building might look beautiful. You have this
Right.
mansion, you have all these fancy things, but
Yep.
you're on horrible foundation. You don't want to be there on an earthquake. Right? So what we're trying to
Or
do
a rainy day.
It's funny. Joe Montana bought into that building, too.
We weren't gonna throw any names out, man. What are you doing?
Dude, because I remember, because what you're talking about is so absolutely correct. If that foundation sucks, the rest of it sucks.
Yeah.
And if you're a boxer and your foundation sucks, you will definitely
I don't
suck.
care. I don't care what combinations you meet.
Right.
You learn on the mitts.
Yeah.
I don't care if your pad holder's holding it behind his back or doing all these weird circus tricks. It's just shit.
Right. No, and exactly right. That's what I'm saying. It's
We
like,
agree.
You know, I mean,
All these beautiful things. How
don't
practical
mean-
are they?
Yeah, don't really mean
E-
shit.
Everything that glitters isn't gold.
Right.
That's true.
You know.
And you don't want to use gold to beat somebody up.
Why?
I'd rather spend it.
It's worth more money. Instead of being
If it has blood on it, then I don't know if I can get the same amount.
drug deal
We got off topic again.
Tangent. Ooh, butterfly. But yeah, you know, just really getting rid of the fluff, and
Okay.
and that's what this pandemic, this COVID thing really did for me, right? It gave me an opportunity to say, sit your ass down, think about this, and let's move forward. So,
This is the most I've ever seen you sit down, by the way. So
yeah.
It really is.
Coming
Every time he's walking around having somebody hit him or
he's here 15 minutes,
Yeah.
does some work, leaves. Oh, I got to go do more work somewhere
I
else.
really want to throw some punches right now. Not
There
at
he
you
is.
guys, not at
No,
you
no,
guys.
he's right there. It's okay.
I was like,
But-
wait, what? We're complimenting you.
but within this cutting the fat,
Right.
You know, I was like, all right, I'm not doing one of those boot camps. I'm not gonna do that shit. I'm not gonna sell out for the money.
Yeah, make
That's
them feel good, and that's about it.
Yeah, oh, just get the money and then you can do whatever. No, I'm not gonna play that role.
Damn,
That's
So,
that's integrity, man.
so what I started coming out with was, you know what? Because I watch Instagram, I watch social media, and I see things, and I see all these great boot camps, and I see all these great programs, and burn 1,000 calories, and do all these things, and I'm just like, shit. All they're really doing is reinforcing poor movement. Here,
That's
how
the
so?
structure.
you got this shitty movement. Now go faster. Good job. You burned 1,000 calories, but what's the main objective of training?
right. It's to get better at
It's to get better at something.
Yeah, refine something.
Not to see how.
not speed it up. Just
So I feel like these boot camps, these 6 weeks, 5 weeks, that's just really watering down our sport. And when you love what you do, you hate to see your stuff get watered down.
yeah.
You hate.
Well, even in what we do, you're exactly right, because a lot of stuff that we do, we took away the fluff, as you say, or trimmed the fat, and you know, I think we're in line with everything you're saying.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
we're
That's
complete
why
agreement.
I love your guys' style.
will
I
back
watch
you
you
up.
guys and I go, whoa, these guys know their shit. And I've never once trained with you guys.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but
You understand the fundamentals.
I understand the fundamentals. I understand principles,
Mm-hmm.
and any extra movement will get you extra tired.
Yeah.
Any extra movement will get you slower. You
Yeah.
know, so if you want to seem faster, cut the fat. You know, don't try harder. That sucks. Because then you're just gonna get tired.
Yeah.
Right. That much faster.
That much faster. You know.
Yes, I know that very well.
So in this program, we're gonna be. I think you went back. What are the principles, right?
Yeah.
Posture. We're talking about buildings,
Right,
and then
right, the structure behind it.
we went off into that butterfly, and then pressure,
Pressure.
tension,
Oh,
right? Well, you need tension. You need pressure. Some people use wood. That's kind of tense. Some people use iron. That's a little more tense base. How do we have tension and how do we have structure? Our skeletal system. How do we build pressure? Our respiratory system.
oh,
Right? So if I go, there's speed. That's upper respiratory system. If I go, that's more oomph, more bass, more pressure. Right. So I don't have to squeeze my muscles harder. I just need to pressurize harder. So then I have less muscular, right? Right?
That's interesting.
And we have different techniques. And you know what? This is off subject. I wasn't even teach this. Let's
Okay.
do the handshake. One of the first things that we learn at the gym is how to shake hands. Basic fundamental, right? So now I shake your hand. Get a good web to web, and you could try this with yourselves or with a partner or a friend. Now I'm gonna ask Naeem to squeeze his hand. Squeeze your hand. Cool. It hurts, so I'm matching his strength. Now I'm gonna tell Naeem to squeeze his other hand. Just make a fist. Good. It just got a little tighter. Now I'm gonna ask Naeem to squeeze his chest. And his hand just got a little stronger.
Oh shit.
Squeeze your stomach. Squeeze your butt. Now go. Oh shit! Right? Time. And now you get radiation throughout the body. These are things that we try to teach in boxing
This is
tech.
crazy, dude.
Wow.
Right? So now, and if you don't have somebody's hand to shake or you're afraid of COVID and all that shit, you could do it by squeezing your fist.
But it's super interesting because at the beginning when I'm just using my hand to squeeze, I can feel the pressure here. The moment I start using other parts, even when I started using like my glutes, I felt almost no pressure in my hand, but yours felt to compress more. Like it felt more compressed. I was like, oh wow, it felt like I'm exerting less energy up here, but I'm getting more out of it.
Right. So we get more muscle recruitment. We get more muscle recruitment. We build the pressure. We have the tension, and now it radiates to our given point, which will be either a fist.
Right.
Some people use feet.
Uh-huh.
Some people, whatever it may be.
So I have a question in reference to that. Will this be teaching to start the pressure from the ground up?
Yes.
Because the handshake is the hand first, but
Right, and that was just a quick demonstration,
Okay,
right?
okay.
So if we get kids coming in here, the first thing I teach, I don't give a shit about COVID. So
squeeze your butt.
I do care about COVID. I do care about COVID. I should reframe that. A handshake is more important to me than the fear of COVID.
Got it.
Okay, so for a boy or a girl to learn how to shake hands, I feel is very important. A lot is told by a handshake.
Yeah, it is.
Do you give one of these?
Yeah.
Do you give one overcompensating where you're trying to say, hey, look, I'm tough? Or do you match the strength of the person that's giving you a handshake?
Dude, CEOs and politicians study handshakes so they can dominate a conversation before it even starts.
And that's the thing. You're trying to dominate something,
Yeah.
but I'm just receiving.
Right. Right.
Oh, you're trying to take over.
Yeah.
And I see you.
Exactly.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's totally
Yeah,
okay.
that's in line with what you do. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, you're a big buff guy.
I don't really give a shit, but okay.
Right.
Yeah,
but it tells you, a handshake will tell you a lot about
About
a
the
person.
individual. Yeah,
a
oh,
whole
definitely.
lot.
Right. So not trying to be overpowering,
No,
and not
no.
trying to be submissive, or let me match you.
Right.
You know, so that's the first thing, right? So we went tension, pressure. Which causes radiation.
Right. But you need structure in order to be able to
You
use all
need
that.
structure, because if you don't have structure, what happens? Your nervous system kicks in, and then you get into fight or flight.
Now it's reactive. And
Now it's reactive, right? So now, if I got you in fight or flight, what usually happens?
Exactly. Yeah.
Upper respiratory kicks in. Upper respiratory kicks in, pressure goes to the head. If you're in boxing, it raises the shoulders, right? I raise my shoulders, and I got to disconnect from my lats into my abdomen.
No
Now
more
I'm
power
punching
shots.
with my shoulders. I don't want to box because it hurts my shoulder. Then don't use your shoulders.
Right.
It really is that simple, but not knowing.
But what happens is you only know what you know until you learn a little more.
Exactly.
Right? So if we learn how to put our body in these postures to build tension, then we could build torque.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. I get that.
Right?
Yeah.
'Cause
Posture?
it'll fall right into place.
Yeah.
Right. And then you don't have to teach moves.
No.
Your body